doing a quick check of the hair before we got on the air. From the Democratic Club, I want to welcome Jeannie Lepowski and Alan Feldman. Thanks for joining us. And lots going on in politics. You guys have a big meeting coming up with a great speaker. Tell us all about it.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me thank you and thank everybody at Village TV for giving us this opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. We love having you.
We appreciate it. It's not something you get every place. But back to the question on the table. Yes, our monthly meeting, a regular monthly meeting is tomorrow, Tuesday, March 19th, 7 p.m., Clubhouse 2. And we are fortunate in that our meetings are going to continue at Clubhouse 2 at 7 p.m. on the third Tuesday of every month, as they've gone on for the last couple of years. The Clubhouse 1 closing.
It's going to put a kink in a lot of the schedules.
A lot of scrambling around. People are, different venues, different days. But we're fortunate, and we're also fortunate with our speaker, who is going to be Andrew Lackman. Andrew is he's been involved in politics for 20 years, more than 20 years. He's an attorney. And he is an elected delegate. He's elected to the Democratic National Committee from Los Angeles. And that's the role, of course, he'll be speaking to us in tomorrow. He's going to give us a national overview of the U.S. Senate races, especially the U.S. Senate races in what's known as the swing states. I know that's a term that people hear all the time.
Right.
It's a kind of amorphous term, but what it means in this context, and most contexts, is states which aren't predominantly Democrat or predominantly
the
Republican.
purple states.
Exactly, like Orange County. States that are like Orange County. They swing literally from one to the other. And we're talking about states like Pennsylvania and Virginia and Georgia, and Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada and Arizona. And these are critically important in the presidential election, that whoever carries most of these states has been the winner in our last several elections. But I think we've seen also in the last year or so how important control of Congress is. We have right now what we call divided government. One party controls one house of Congress, the other party controls the presidency, the other house. And that's something that's always worked for us in this country, but it's stopped working. I don't want to...
Yeah, it's come to a little bit of a grinding halt. And we've had that before back when we had the shutdown under Newt Gingrich and those kinds of things. It was kind of like this log jam, but it certainly seems more pronounced right now.
Yeah, it's that, well, the House has been not dysfunctional, it's been unfunctional. It just hasn't been able to do anything. It's barely been able to keep the government funded. Every month we go through the drama of the continuing resolution. So we feel really that the Senate races and the House of Representative races, they're not quite as important as the presidential election.
But it's huge.
They're close.
It's pretty
They're close,
big.
And that's what we'll be talking about on Tuesday.
So Jeannie, talking about that, the primary turnout was kind of anemic in terms of like the turnout in California. It was, but we had some big decisions go on, right? Is this good, bad? How's it looking in terms of when the general that's coming up?
Well, it's in terms of how it's looking as far as the general is, a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainty.
Right.
The turnout. You mentioned the California turnout. California turnout statewide was, as of last Friday, was 33.9%. Orange County slightly higher at 37%. Laguna Woods, 68%.
There we go. You guys are doing a great job getting the vote out.
And not just the Democrats. The Democrats
the
had
Republicans
68.7. The Republicans had 67.7. So essentially the same, virtually the same turnout. So Laguna Woods is very involved. In terms of opportunities that we missed in this election, we missed an opportunity to elect judges that have a variety of experience. And the thing about the judgeship elections, they only happen in the primary. They don't go on to the November election.
Right, so
and
that's that.
We had, for example, usually we elect judges who are prosecutors. Somehow that seems to appeal to the public.
Right, kind of the tough on crime kind of attitude towards I want judges in there, they're going to enforce the law as though maybe a public defender couldn't possibly enforce the law as well as a prosecutor.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, but the thing is, most cases are civil cases. There are a lot of family law cases, and we had an opportunity to elect somebody who was an expert in family law. That's where he made his career, and he didn't win. And I think, the consensus among people I talked to in the club seems to be that people tend to vote for prosecutors. And I would like to see people give more depth of thought to having a variety of experience among the judges that we elect.
Now, in terms of that, these are down ticket kind of things, and people aren't paying as close attention. So I think sometimes people go in there, and the only information they have when they look at that is what it says there on the ballot,
Exactly.
prosecutor and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So do you think it's a matter of getting the word out for folks a little bit? How can you market somebody in terms of saying, hey, this is somebody who can do a little bit of a better job, we think?
Well, that's what we do in the Democratic Club, is we do some research on all of the candidates. We endorse those that are not already endorsed by the state party and the county party. And with the judges, we do very, very in-depth research and interview them and see, what their background is. And then within our club, we also make recommendations.
Right, and you guys bring in great speakers, like the Republican Club does as well. They bring in the down-ticket candidates, the people who don't get the exposure.
Exactly, exactly. And that's we have the luxury of being retired people who don't have jobs. And so we have the time to do things like that. And unfortunately, most people in the rest of the state are too busy keeping body and soul together and taking care of their families, and A
little bit of a challenge.
It's
You guys are also getting out to things, Village Bazaar, the Village Expo.
Yes.
Why is it important to get out there and see the people and let people know what you guys are doing?
Well, we do a couple of things at those events. The Village Expo, which is, I don't know.
That's coming up on the 30th?
Yeah, on the 30th, and
the bazaar's coming up of next month. Both of these are next month on the 6th and the 30th.
The 6th and the 30th, yeah. So we like to, one of the things we do is we want to register voters or re-register voters who want to either, they've moved or they've changed parties or, whatever. But the other thing we like to do is we just like to talk to people. We like people to get to know who we are as Democrats and what they can expect if they decide to join our club or get on our mailing list. And so it's a way of letting people get to know us.
Okay, terrific. You guys, I want to plug one more time before tomorrow's meeting. We make sure we get the Andrew Lachman, and he is a member of the Democratic National Committee, and he's going to be your speaker talking about all of the big races and all the swing states and what's going on, and give the guys a great idea of what's happening there. You can also bring your recycled bottles and cans over for South County Outreach. Alan, what do you got going on next month?
Well, we continue with politics, strangely enough.
Oh my goodness, I'm shocked.
Tuesday, April 16th, 7 p.m. at Clubhouse 2, regular monthly meeting. We're going to be going over the results of the March primary in detail. And to do that, we're going to have Professor Jody Balma, who is the head of the Political Science Department at Fullerton College. And she's one of the very, there are so few people, I've heard there's 3 people, I don't know if that's true or not, in Orange County who not only write and cover Orange County politics, but actually do research and study it. And I know that Jody Balma is one of those people. She's going to tell us about what she sees happening in the primaries, why she believes they happen, and what it means moving forward in November. And she was here 2 years ago. She did such a great job. She was here after our elections. She was here like a week after the November elections in 2022. And this was before all the votes were counted and winners had been declared. She ran through all the local races, the ones that hadn't been declared yet. She told us exactly who was going to win. She gave us her opinion as to why. And to me, the most impressive thing that she did was she told us before a winner had been declared in any of these races, the votes had been counted, that Katie Porter would be leaving Congress in 2024 and running for Senate, and that Dave Min would be leaving the state Senate in 2024 and running for Katie Porter's congressional seat.
All right.
So she was quite prescient with that, and we're hoping for some more prognostication like that.
The crystal ball will be there on next month's meeting as well. Well, thank you both for coming in, Jeannie and Alan. Thank you very much, Democratic Club, as always.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.